Здравствуйте, коллеги.
Hello, colleagues.
Сегодня я расскажу про подключение одной из
Today
наших
I'll
core
talk
систем.
about the
Но для
connection of one
начала
of
хотел
our
бы узнать,
ABS
сколько,
systems. And to begin
собственно
with,
говоря, из
I'd
вас
like to know
имеет отношение
how
к
many of you
банковской
are
отрасли.
related to banking in a way.
Ага, не все, да, ну,
Okay,
конечно.
not everyone,
Тогда я
sure.
просто пару слов про АБС
Then
и
a
метод
few words
применения расскажу.
about
Что же такое АБС?
ABS. What is
Класс
ABS?
АБС Diasoft FA
So
365.
we have
АБС
Diasoft
автоматизированная
FA
банковская система.
361.
Все очень
So
просто.
ABS is an
Любая
automated
информационная
banking
система,
system.
которая выполняет
So every
банковский
information
процесс,
system
называется
running a
АБС.
banking
Наш
process is called
АБС Diasoft
ABS.
361
Our ABS
реализует три
Diasoft
банковских процесса. Собственно, он является
3.6.1
главной
has three
книгой.
processes. It's
Это
the
некая
major
такая святая
book.
святых
So
всех
this is the
IT-систем.
holy
Это
grail
есть
of
полный
all the
отчет
IT
ЦБ,
systems we
где
build.
выделяются
So there we
такие
build
крайне важные вещи,
reports
такими как compliance.
for the central bank
Здесь все
and
должно быть четко,
deal
видно,
with compliance
никаких
issues. So everything
переклички
should be
итогов,
nice
переклички
and
данных друг с
tidy
другом.
without
Собственно,
any
модуль расчеты.
approximate
Это
numbers.
те,
One more
собственно,
module
платежи,
is
которые мы делаем. Хозяйственные договора, там,
settlements. So these are
расчеты
the
по кредитам,
payments, payments
депозитам и
for
так далее.
business
Проходит через
services,
этот модуль.
deposits, and
Дальше
other
летает в
things.
ЦБ, через
And then it goes
АМБ.
to the
Ну,
central
все,
bank.
наверное,
And
слышали такие
so I believe you've
словосочетания.
heard about
И
things
модуль
like that.
кассового
And we
обслуживания, то
also
есть
have
у
a
нас
cash
150
support
отделений по всей России,
module. We have
и в
150
каждом отделении
branches throughout Russia, and in
есть
every
касса, в
branch
которой
we
стоит
have a
кассовый
cash
модуль
desk with
Diasoft.
a
То
cash
есть все для него
module
работает.
from Diasoft, and the
Все эти три
cashiers
модуля,
use
они
them.
достаточно
These three
уникальны
modules are quite
и
unique,
отражаются на специфике
and
правила доступа.
they
Здесь нету банковских
are used
процессов
for the
кредитов,
access
нету банковских процессов
management. We don't
депозитов,
have
да, связанных с депозитами,
loans or
нет
deposits
пластиковых
process. We
карток,
don't have
у нас
plastic cards
отдельная
here.
система, и
We
просто
have a
если
dedicated
возникает вопрос,
system
я
for
сразу
this.
отвечу. То есть разные
So
АБС отвечают за
we have
разные
different
процессы.
ABS for systems for different processes.
Небольшая статистика.
Some
Что из
statistics.
себя представляет юзер-менеджмент в этой
The
системе?
user management in this
В
system.
ней находится у нас
There we have
1582 пользователя на данный момент.
1,582
Всего у нас
users.
юзеров порядка
Today
7000,
we
то
have
есть
about
достаточно высокий процент.
100 in total.
284
We
системные
have
роли, на которые
284
навешаны те или иные
system
привилегии.
roles with some
Где-то
privileges.
порядка 150
We have
из
about
них — это кассы,
150 of them
потому что
which
каждая
are
касса — это
cash
отдельная
desks.
системная роль.
Every cash
Они
desk
не
is a
должны
dedicated
накладываться друг на
system
друга в
role.
разных доступах
So
к
there shouldn't be
кассам.
an overlap of access, say, to
Все это
two
управляется
cash
при
desks.
помощи
This all
134
managed by
бизнес-ролей. Это где-то половина
134
всего
business
нашего объема
roles. This
бизнес-ролей.
is one half of the total volume.
Здесь уже статистика за
And
неделю. То есть где-то порядка
here are some statistics for
204
the data.
назначения в одну и в другую сторону. То
About
есть 204 назначения от
104
происходит в
assignments
неделю. И
of both
47
times, assignments
пользователей
and
в
unassignments,
неделю
and we have about
принимаем,
47
попадают в
users
Diasoft или же
which
блокируются в
join
Diasoft.
Diasoft
Все
or are
это
blocked
приводит к
in
тому, что в
Diasoft.
данный момент
As a result, we
7079
have
назначений находятся под управлением региона в данной
779
системе.
assignments which
Если
are
посмотреть
now
статистику,
managed by
да,
the
то есть в
system.
неделю, то видно,
Statistically
что
speaking, in a week, you
большинство
can
из
see
них — это
that most of
назначение
them
прав, отзыв
have
прав,
the rights
новый пользователь,
assignments,
блокировка, обновление
cancellation, the
пользователя.
new
Очень важно,
user,
я расскажу про это.
locking, and
Понятно,
user
что если
update.
система находится в
So
ручном
if the
контуре,
system
да, то
is
такие
in the
вещи, как
manual
отзыв прав, блокировка,
framework, so
обновление и сброс пароля, они
things
на это
like
все
password
закрывают все глаза, и
reset
практически не
and
дают даже
cancellation
какой-то
of
информации,
rights.
потому что
So
они
these are
подорваны.
things who is not going to,
Итак,
which are not
пользователь в
going to be
Diasoft —
given any
это
priority.
очень важный
Okay,
элемент системы,
Diasoft,
да.
the user is a
Почему?
really
Потому
important part
что
of the system. Why
он
so?
попадает в
Because
отчеты,
the
которые
user
генерятся,
makes
например,
it
в
to
кассе,
the
да, то
reports
есть его
generated
фамилия,
in the
отчество попадает в
cash
отчет,
desk.
они могут
The
измениться.
cashier name, for instance,
Если
goes
там
to the report. It
ошибка,
cannot be
касса
changed. If there is a
остановилась, она не
mistake,
может печатать
then
отчеты,
the
если там
cash desk
вещи
cannot
там по-прежнему висят.
print any
Итак,
reports, for instance, if there
4,
are some
собственно
surname
говоря,
issues.
момента.
So there are
Аккаунт
four
номер,
things
уникальный для
here. The account
пользователя.
name.
Если человек у нас раньше
So
работал,
if the person used to work
прогуливался,
for us,
возвращается
then
назад, вот как
fired,
вы
then comes
спрашивали,
back,
происходит следующее.
then
Мы
this
пытаемся
is
завести его снова
happening.
в
We try
логин в
to
систему, да, добавили
add the
единичку
logging,
там,
we add 1 to the
но
AD,
система Diasoft не
and
даст
the
этого
Diasoft
действия.
system will not
Она
let you do
скажет, что
this.
такой
It will
пользователь
say
уже
that
был,
this user has
добавил
already
по
been
паролю
there. I tested, I checked
или
this
единичку по номеру паспорта,
using the
поэтому
name and
ошибка.
passport number, so this is a mistake.
Такие кейсы вручную обрабатываем их
And then we
единицы.
deal with it manually.
Локинг.
We don't
Мы
have many
должны
cases
знать
like that.
паспортные
So this means that we need to know the the passport data. We take it from the HR system. So if the user has changed the passport, we will find it out and we'll update it to the database, because this includes the letters of attorney and many other things. The name and surname is also important. If they change it, then it has to be shown there. Otherwise, the cache desk is not going to work properly. And another important thing is the department and the office. These are also the report fields. As for the office, so the cashier, if they work in one branch, they have access to the cache desk of this branch. So this is clear. This is fixed at the compliant rules level. We have about 20% of so-called replacement cashiers. If people fall ill, then these guys go to the cache desk. It's really important for them to gain access to this cache desk. That's why we have this automated process of reattaching the cashier. Now it's done in an automated fashion. I will give you some details later. Diasoft 3.6.1, a classical two-link system. So someone with a fat client or thick client, then the Sybase, the SAP server, data storage, and an integration layer with other systems, but we don't care now because we deal with this vertical system now. So the integration, we don't have any out-of-box connectors in Sybase, as far as I know, but we wouldn't use them anyway. All of our integrations are done at the API.NET level. So we use scripts, we connect DLL libraries. That's why we are free in our maneuvers. We use the things developed by other guys, and this is pretty convenient. We use this module, we use the driver, we call the stored procedures, and from time to time for full sync we do reconciliation. We select the users, we select the stored groups and assignments, and we collate all this. So this is the integration. The developers build some stored procedures for us. So we can insert the user using the SQL, but this is really important to be done in a holistic approach. So we don't want to sort it out on our own. We asked for help, and we have an important set of transactions. It's really important to rewind to an important stage, and so on and so forth. So to simplify it, we ask the developers to draft procedures like this for us. Select for reconciliation. So we are told which selects we can use to get the entity, then update the user to change the name, surname, passport data. Then we can assign or recall the system role. And another important function just called staff search. So if there is an issue, for instance, saying that the user is there, we can look for this user using the name, surname, and the passport number, and we'll get the return on the previous name. Then we'll change it in the IDM, and we will call the user generation again, and everything will work. SP passport, this is standard in SQL Server and Sybase. This is the password reset function. So we can call it. So no problem, we can call it directly without any issues. Here you can see the APIs designed for us. We have some wrapping around them. We have 4 spreadsheets, and several events come through them. We have the UNS account P, the spreadsheet. There we generate the user, activate the user, say they worked for us, then they left, then when they come back, we activate this. And we also block them when they leave. We also have the UNS account BNS group, assign and revoke group, that person. This is the update of the passport of the position. A person has resource is assigning a new office. So we have a resource for each of the 150 locations, and if there is an event coming to us on this resource, we process it, and we assign the user to the branch attached. So the time for attaching the cashiers to the branches has shortened big time. Some timeline. We started late in 2017. We started with building the role model, the access metrics. We have roles, business roles, and columns, system roles. And so if there is a match, it's one, so the access is granted. So, and then we send this to the IT guys, and then they use it, the spreadsheet, for providing access rights. So this is just the first step of automation. Without automation, you cannot make it effective. Then we send a request on the 2nd of October for building this. In the middle of December, the API was provided to us. We quickly connected it into processes, and we started test running it. And in March, we managed to do it. Now we don't have any manual things there. In Diasoft, everything is automated. The user uses the business role and the location, so the two entities. And based on this, they receive access to all the systems, almost all of them, and so the ones they need. The password reset is automated. We have a server desk, a separate password reset service. This goes to the API to the IDM. The IDM resets the passwords and sends a new password to the email. Then it's reset in some replicas and so on and so forth. That's it. If you have any questions, you're welcome. Dmitry, how do you grant access for the contractors, those who work in your system? In Diasoft, we don't have stuff like that. We cannot hire contractors for this. Usually, the contractors are IT. Well, I can give you an example when the contractor would be not related to IT. The manager uses the catalog of services, our service desk, for establishing an identity, and then a business role is generated, and the company is added for the agreement or pilot agreement. And then this request has the business role, and the business role has the IT systems which has to be provided, GitLab and other IT systems. They're all there. If the company has two different types of jobs, say a big integrator, then they split the business roles, and the manager can pick whether this is for development or support. And the rest is more or less the same. So these are our people.
Dmitry, скажите, а роль у вас получается, ну,
бизнес-роль,
то, что вы называете.
The business role, as you call it. Say the row, business role, and in the columns you have different system roles. So the business role is flat. So this is a full set of all accesses. So you don't bring them together. So you don't have any hierarchy. You don't aggregate them, or do you? How do you do it? Well, the hierarchy of business roles is added to the IDM. We have the parent and child business roles, and sometimes the parent business role has some access. We don't want the child business role to be provided to. So we have a standard heritage system here. We have a call center, and there are accesses provided to the frontal systems. And under the call center, we have the child role supervisor, which has some accesses for more entitlements. That's the way it works.
Да, Дмитрий, скажите, а вот, то есть у вас,
Dmitry,
касаясь Diasoft, то есть у вас есть,
going
ну,
to
роль там, да,
talking
кассир,
about
контролер, еще
Diasoft,
кто-то,
you
да?
have the cashier, the
Соответственно, вот
controller, and some
тот
other roles,
приезд
right?
к
And
отделению,
have
то есть он
the
в роли такой
attachment
входит, а
to
отдается
the
напрямую
branch.
системе, и в идеме как
Is
бы, ну,
it
то есть в эту роль не
directly
входит,
provided?
правильно?
Is it
Или кто-то
not
приезжает
part
от
of
этой
the
системы, или в
IDM,
идеме тоже это
or
ваше
do you do
решение?
it in the IDM?
В Диасофте все сложно с этим
Well,
делом.
in
Я
Diasoft,
пытался
it's not
упрощать,
easily
но
done. I
чисто
try
вот
to
без
simplify
упрощения
it.
это не получится.
Well, we cannot do it
Без
without
упрощения.
simplifying it.
Смотрите, есть несколько типов
Well,
сотрудников.
there are
Если
several
сотрудник тип
types
кассир,
of
да, то
staff.
есть
If
они
the
относятся к
type
бизнес-ролям
is
кассира,
cashier, the business
либо
role is
прилетела вообще
cashier,
системная роль
and the
через
system role
назначение
came from the
локации, да,
allocation
кассы, тогда он
assignment,
может
the
работать
cashier role, the
а
cash
вот
desk role,
если, собственно
then
говоря,
they can
какой-то обычный
operate this
сотрудник, да,
cash desk.
ему
If
по
this is a
всей,
manager,
неважно как,
and
прилетает
if
донор,
this role is
с
given
кассой
to him,
работать не
he
сможет,
still
потому что
cannot
этот сотрудник имеет
deal with the cash
все-таки
desk because the type
все
is not the
отображается в
cashier.
системе, то есть
This is all
и
shown
в
in the
самом Диасофте,
system.
естественно,
In
это все видно,
Diasoft,
и в системе
this is
внутри.
seen,
Есть
and in the
управленцы
IDM it's seen.
кассовой группы, они
So
точно
the
такие же группы, мы просто для удобства
for us,
сделали
the
отдельный
cache
там
groups are
наушник
just groups.
внутри Custom Target
Well, in
System,
the custom target
и
system,
кроме
we have
кассовой
this
группы
built
тоже.
for
Все группы
convenience, and we have the
называются
cache
касса
groups there.
Москва,
So,
отделение
cache
1,
desk,
касса Москва,
Moscow,
отделение 2.
branch 1,
Как
branch
группа,
2,
да, которая
just like the
навешивается на
group. And
бизнес-роль.
this is added to the business role and
Если
location,
говорить правильно.
location rather.